Is that thing recording? This thing's on? That's his trademark. And my trademark is welcome back to the Fully Lacking Podcast, episode 42. We're a couple ADHD dudes and their producer trying to get through life. I am your host, Drew. This is your other host, Anthony. And behind the camera, behind the boards, the third leg to the tripod, we be nothing without our producer, Lisa. We are your Fully Lacking team. And listen, it's episode 42. So that means I need 42 of you to go right now and follow us on all social media. We'll wait. It does feel good in my heart to say this. Anthony believes this doesn't work. It's only because he's going off the facts.
Also, it requires 42 people to be watching to begin with.
Well, look, all 42 of you, we appreciate you. Dude, we're back. It feels like we're kind of getting in a better rhythm. A better rhythm. I feel like the beginning of the year for the Fully Lacking podcast was just that. Fully lacking. But we're back better than ever. How you feeling, big dog? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little anxious right now because producer Lisa has a story for us to start off the pod. And I have no earthly idea what it's about.
All right.
So producer Lisa, do as you do. Take us away. Let me hear the cheese, brother.
That's funny that you said earthly because my question is, would you rather be an aquanaut or an astronaut? Because there's this man who's 55 years old and he's been living underwater for 76 days.
Yo. All right. Let's just answer it on 3 and then we'll get into our reasons. 1, 2, 3. Astronaut. Space boy, you put it in me. The love for space. He's put the love of space in me. This kid is the biggest space enthusiast. I was going to say nerd.
You can call me nerd. I think it's fair.
And a nerd. But nonetheless, that I've ever met. He loves space. I was in a movie the other day, remember? And I sent you the name of a movie to look up.
Yeah.
It's an animated movie called Elo or Ilo or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's they had to have watched this man's life because it's about a little boy who's like trying to get abducted and go to space. I would say astronaut only because I can't swim and I don't want to get eaten by a shark or something. I don't want to be. How deep is there details on like how deep underwater he actually is? Because that is also terrifying.
Yeah, he's 30 feet below the surface.
Oh. That's like a houseboat.
Yeah, that's 30. I mean, listen, I can't swim, so like after 5'8" feet, 5.8 feet, because I'm 5'8", I can stand straight up like this in the water. I'd actually be in my head, but after about 5 feet, I get a little nervous, a little uncomfortable. So yeah, I'm definitely.
You say you're 5'8"?
On Tinder, yeah.
That's
on Tinder, yeah, yeah. That's a solid bar, actually. No, I'm 5'7".
Gotcha.
And 3/4.
Okay.
It's true. It's true. What? Why you have that look on your face?
No, you measured yourself the other day.
Mm-hmm. I'm right there I'm very close to being 5'8". I put on some Timbs, baby. I'm almost 6 foot. Not really. How tall are you?
5'7". I don't have the
Short
extra
kings.
fractions on
Short
it.
kings, baby. Short kings, and we love it. So, okay, so tell us, because I feel like this might be a long-winded answer because you love space. Like, what's your reasons for being an astronaut, and like, what do you think if you were an astronaut you would do first?
I mean, I don't know how to swim either.
You know how to swim?
No.
We're basically birthday twinsies and buoyancy brothers.
Buoyancy Brothers?
Buoyancy Brothers is tough. That's like, we should make that a fucking album.
Our next podcast.
Yeah,
Buoyancy Brothers.
Yeah. But yeah, so you can't swim either, okay?
I don't know. I just don't want to be underwater in general.
That's fair.
I like being on top of water. I like boats. I like riding boats, but I couldn't. I imagine communication from down there is much more limited than from space.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a
pretty isolated life. And as much of a introvert and people avoider I am, I don't think I can do that. I need people to like annoy still, and I can't annoy people from the sea, from the ocean.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could annoy the fish.
People.
Oh,
people.
The fish people. Yeah, like mermaids.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? Mermaids are real?
I think so. They've been spotted.
They have been. By, undocumented sources.
Trump's going to deport them.
What would be like one of the first things you would do in space? Like if you no, for real. If you can answer, what would be one of the first things you would do if as an astronaut? Once you're like either get up there or whatever, what would it be?
I don't know. I guess just play around in 0G.
That'd be sick.
You know what I mean? I don't have anything in particular. Maybe throw a football or something. I guess I'd like to be up there with someone, you know?
I'll go, dude. I'll go to space with you, dude.
Be on my Tinder profile too. Like to be in space with someone.
Bro, that's hard. Add that to your profile.
I don't have a Tinder profile.
All the women who watch our podcast who are seeking a medium build, strong 5'7" male with incredible vocabulary and articulation. No mommy or daddy or brother, sister issues at all. You got them right here. And you could find them at Fully Lacking on all social media platforms. Getting back to it.
I was deeply uncomfortable as you said that. You hit a little bit too much. So I think Lisa was too, so I looked over there. I think we were both deeply uncomfortable.
Did I say it saucy? A little spicy?
Yeah, it was just a little bit too much.
I was trying to really give it an oomph.
There was a little bit more oomph than needed.
It's more for you than anybody.
Yeah.
Let's see. Handsome day at the dump, dog. You never know. I'll let you drive this time. I would want. God, it's gonna sound insane. I'd want to poop.
Actually, that's going to be my first thing, but I don't want to say it. I don't want to be the one to say it.
I want to poop in space and see, but I don't think you poop in like a toilet. I think you just poop in your suit. So that's weird for me. Like, you got chonies on under your suit? Or you just free ball and you just, I don't want to go to chop, regime or whatever. I don't want to be chopped out of this. So I'll stop asking those discovery questions now. But like things that make you go, you know? I'd want to hit a golf ball.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I think the idea of lifting something incredibly heavy on Earth would be kind of cool.
I like that. That would be a very good test of 0G for sure.
Yeah. What about you, producer Lisa? Would you be an astronaut or an aquanaut? Which is also something I didn't know was the name of. So thank you for that.
Yeah. I'd probably go Aquanaut because the toll that space has on your body is probably really bad.
But I mean, I think you can say the same thing about the pressure of water. I mean, it's like
not 30 feet under though.
From the land down under. I don't know where the heck that came from. I think it's because Alexander Volkanovski is fighting tonight, and that's what he walks out to. I don't know. I think it's probably comparable. It has to be.
I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know that.
If you're an Aquanaut and you watch our podcast, will you put it in the section for? Will you comment in the section for comments? I don't know how you said it last episode, but it was Chef's Kiss. Will you comment in the section of comments? What kind of how the comparison is? All the astronauts that watch our podcast too, go ahead and comment.
We'll expect 0 comments.
So I think switching gears a little bit. You did something cool recently with the meat.
Somewhat cool.
I thought it was really cool. I showed Lisa it. I was all proud of you. I was like, look what Anthony did. And she's like, all right.
Let's give some context here.
Yeah.
So I had attempted to make ribs. I don't know what day of the week it is. I'm not going to try to remember. But it was earlier this week. They had been sitting in my fridge for too long. I forgot to do them over the weekend. I was like, I got to make some ribs. But my schedule's busy. And so I didn't do the low and slow way, which is recommended. And
what's the opposite of
high and dry?
Hard. That was good. High and dry. Okay. All right.
I was prepared for this episode.
Yeah.
I did what the package said on the back, which was, higher temperature, quicker speed. Granted, I feel like I did a good job seasoning it and basting it with some Stubbs barbecue sauce. You feel me?
Did you put any mustard on it?
No.
They say that's kind of like like if you put some mustard, it kind of. Anyways, I'm not going to take away from your glory.
I'm interested in the mustard.
I've never made
It's a binding agent
for the seasoning, so like it
Gotcha.
helps it. Like
Okay.
I've never. So the reason I was so excited to find out you did this incredible you accomplished this incredible feat with meat was because I've never had the guts to try to make ribs myself ever. Producer Lisa's dad, Norman, he makes ribs beyond a measurable amount of likeness. Like, I mean, it's like,
Could you simplify that like quite a bit? Beyond a measurable amount of likeness. What does that mean?
it's just like they're out of this world. Good.
Okay, there we go.
Come on. We
That
got
was just
we got a compliment today about how intelligent our dialogue is.
Oh, what that compliment was about our dialogue?
No, not at first.
Oh,
It was talking about you specifically. Shout out to Jalissa and Dillsquirt. About you specifically.
Okay.
And then, so my friend, our friends Dylan and Jalissa, you've met them before. Shout out to them, Dillsquirt. They were complimenting how enjoyable it was to talk to you. And I was like, and I honestly could also extend the same sentiment. Like, it's cool to talk to you. Then they talked about how I want to say they used the word elegant our dialogue is back and forth and how prepared we are. And then I played the last episode of the podcast. At least I asked the question. You're like, I need some time for this. And she was like, oof. Well, I meant like normally. And so you being prepared right now just was cool. But
what does it have to do with the weird phrasing of he made good ribs?
nothing, bro, fully lacking, baby.
Okay.
Fully lacking.
All right.
But that's why I was so pumped, is because I've never had the guts to attempt a rack of ribs.
I'm not afraid to burn some food, to mess up some food. And I made steak earlier in the week out of being inspired by you, seeing you make them one time. And it's the same results for both, cuisines, for the elegant dialogue. For both cuisines, it was the same results.
I feel like cuisines. It's cuisine.
You're a cuisine.
Well, no, see now, thank you. I'm a snack, baby. You heard it first on the Fully Lucky podcast. I'm a snack. Thank you, brother. I'm a full meal at that.
You're a kid's cuisine.
Oh, I'm a microwavable dinner. Yo, I'm not gonna stop because you're making my brain go 100 different directions. How were they? Who was there to judge the quality of the meat?
It was just me. I made a steak and some eggs, and
That's so tough, by the way. When you told me that the other day, I looked at you like,
it was out of necessity. I was originally going to do steak fettuccine, but I didn't have some heavy cream for the.
Zaddy, chill. What? Steak fettuccine? Bro, how are they paying you over there?
Nothing
You
too
put a
crazy.
steak in everything, dog.
Well,
He's like,
I had a
steak.
family pack.
He's like, I had steak, cinnamon toast crunch this morning.
And I had ribs. And I guess it does sound pretty fancy. So steak and ribs alike had flavor. I'll start with the positive,
Okay.
singular. I'll start with the positive.
What's the negative?
The negative is I have a lot of work to do on the actual tenderness of the meat. I'd like you to ask me how tough my ribs were.
How tough were they?
My ribs were so tough that I guess I'm gonna make another joke here. Trump confused them for a cartel member, and they got deported to a gang in Venezuela, or to a prison in Venezuela.
But
Ask how tough my ribs were.
how tough were they?
I'm pretty sure they shot 50 Cent.
Okay. This is so stupid. Okay.
Ask how tough my ribs were.
How tough were they?
They could survive basic training at Army. That's how tough they are.
At Army. All right. So that's a big part of good ribs and meat, like steak. So next time you do it, I would like to go to your house and check you out, watch you do it, because I truly have never done it before. I've always wanted to. And Lisa loves ribs. Like, that's like her thing. I wonder if I would have probably just eaten it still, but
What?
like the ribs.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was edible still, right?
Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't.
It was tasty. It was just a little tough.
Yeah.
I think to get like, do you remember Chris's house in Roswell?
Yeah.
Like his smokers and stuff, dude. He's like a rib enthusiast, and he'll smoke them joints for like, 15 hours or whatever, right?
So that's what I needed to do.
Dude, we should just go up there and take a man class from him.
Probably.
We'll just be like, hey, dude, look, 2 semi-rugged men seeking a rugged man for guidance.
I feel like I'm being flirted a lot with in this podcast right today between the
Your haircut looks nice.
seductive voice earlier and then calling us 2 rugged men. How are you doing, Lisa, hearing all of this?
I'm fine. You do you, baby.
Thank you. You know who else is fine? Me, because I got a haircut yesterday. And him, because he got a haircut today. Dude, when our haircuts are both popping, I think our views go up. Just saying, sex sells, baby. Sex sells. There's a market. There's a market. Wait for the hands. And we're in the clear. Love that. Okay, cool. Was the steak the same, like, extension of, like, of your fresh?
Yes.
Okay. Oof. Okay.
Yeah. That was well done.
But
That
no
was
pun intended.
that was a pat on the back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It was. Were they as tough as like Uncle Rico's steak that he threw at Napoleon?
I never liked that movie. The movie annoyed me.
Wait, what?
I never liked that movie. I know everyone. I know it was a thing with everyone back in the day, but I never liked it. Any of it. I know the characters. I know the quotes. I never liked it.
It was just dumb. It was dumb
It was
comedy
dumb
for you?
to me. Yeah. And I like dumb comedy. Don't get me wrong.
I was gonna say.
I'm all the way for big
fully
comedy.
lacking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're all about dumb comedy.
Yeah, but you're saying it was just too dumb.
It was just, silly.
Napoleon, let me have some tots. Get your own tots.
I might have to rewatch. I won't rewatch it.
No,
I'm not gonna.
But
lie
did
to
you like Superbad?
No, I love Superbad. I loved all other movies of that era, except almost all of them, except for Napoleon Dynamite.
Pedro came to our high school, and he visited. He was like selling books.
Yeah. Did it get ranked in?
Yeah. No, I'm just like, I'll say this last thing and then we'll get off the meat topic. I was nervous to make you steaks that day because I don't want to mess it up because you are truly like you're very forward when it comes to cooking. Like you like to cook, you enjoy to cook for your friends or your friends. And why didn't want to say partners when
No, that's not what my face is at.
Oh,
the general premise of this.
No. I'm saying
explain what do you mean by I'm pretty forward when it comes to like cooking.
You're excited for it. You're more likely to want to cook for people than allow other people to cook for you. Like you like to.
I don't know if that's fair.
Okay, well that's how I've looked at it.
Okay.
What I'm saying is you get a high level of enjoyment for cooking.
Okay.
From what I've seen.
Okay.
So I was scared that I was gonna cook something, prepare something that was not gonna be to your liking.
I eat whatever is in front of me most of the time. I'm not the type to go to someone's house and say, this isn't good.
Like if somebody's wife prepared a meal for you that was dog shit, you would still be like, this isn't good, but I'm gonna scarf it. It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna eat.
See, that worries me. How many bad meals have I made for you?
I'm gonna speak on if it's good as well. I'm gonna vocalize if I like it. I haven't had a bad meal here. Let me just put that out here.
Producer Lisa can cook some spaghetti.
I've had good meals here. I've enjoyed my food here. So let me just say that before I get kicked out of the studio.
I've always enjoyed your cooking. I'm glad that you've enjoyed our cooking. It doesn't make sense for me to think you have a much more pickier palate now, knowing that you would eat a shoe if it was served.
I mean,
I
cooked the equivalent of a flavored shoe this week twice. So I had it for lunch today.
You ate it though, huh? You ate it.
It was
just freaking chewed the shit out of that rubber steak. Right?
That's too far. That's too far.
To call it rubber?
Mm-hmm. I think like there's a limit to how many jokes you can make about it.
Oh,
and I'm drawing the line here.
I just started.
No, you haven't.
I haven't even got off my meat jokes yet. Not even this is my first one. And it's my last one. I give you my word. Anyways, now that we're in the thick of it, you sent me a question the other day via text, and I want you to. Oh, I said I wanted to talk about it on the pod, and let's do that. What was it?
It happens to be right here, Drew.
Oh, whoa.
Wow!
Look
Look
at
at
that.
this.
Okay.
What a coincidence that I had it opened up right before we talked about it. Life just comes at you fast.
Yeah.
The question, it was from a Reddit thread. What's something that as a man you're more or less expected to do in a relationship that you resent?
All right. So me and producer Lisa signed an agreement before the podcast saying that this would not start any fights within our household. Now, once I leave the garage, I don't know if that'll be, she'll just check my location. The second I'm on the street, she'll be like, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? Go first. You go first. You go first. Please go first.
I'll speak from the perspective of dating, since that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
That would be in the sense of, I guess, initiating. Being in charge.
Okay.
Kind of sucks sometimes, all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm. It can be nice sometimes to set up the date and plan everything out, but it's kind of the expectation largely when it comes down to it. Not with everyone, but sometimes you can feel that. Sometimes there's.
Yeah.
It's just kind of how society is set up.
What about going further in, and what about the monetary responsibility of those same dates?
I'm not gonna lie. I've been fortunate enough to have met, for the most part, women who are, I guess more so lately, that are happy to kind of take the charge on, hey, I got it this time. So, but yeah, there's times where it's like, you do the little, you like reach for the wallet. They don't do nothing. Say, oh, well.
I wonder if, okay, so before I answer, you got me right. Before I answer for me, I want to talk on what you said. I wonder if it's unattractive to women to not initially want to pay.
Initially, I have no problem. I'm talking the pattern over time. Like initially, and even the first couple. But it's like after that, if there's not even some consideration for like, I got this, or, even gesturing.
Yeah.
Like even pretending.
I like the fake gestures. Yeah.
It becomes clear that this is an expectation. There's this quote I saw, and I wish I could have it, but it was like, this becomes this, and this becomes the expectation. It's like a favor becomes this, and then this becomes an expectation. How that kind of crescendos into the expectation. And that's kind of the process I'm describing with dating at times. Not often, not frequently in my case, but it wouldn't be beyond reason to let maybe a lot of other men kind of face that circumstance more often than I do. So,
yeah, I'd assume. And a lot of people, a lot of men, I think, especially dating now, it's kind of like I've seen my friends, and you're very much excluded from this. Like I feel like as a dater currently, it looks like it seems like you look for a much deeper connection. And so, but I've seen some of my friends single, and like, they're very pretentious almost with it. Like, whatever you want, baby girl. Like, and I'm like, all right, dude.
T.I. chill.
Yeah, come on, bro. It's funny that you brought up 50 Cent because with your steak, because 50 Cent said something in an interview. Did you see this?
I think I know what you're saying.
They were basically like, hey, you're established and you're incredibly successful and you're single. And who pays on the date? And he says, whoever initiated the date. Like, if it was a girl's idea to go, he assumes they're going to pay. Could you imagine, though, being asked on a date by 50 Cent, and then you text them and you're like, hey, 50, you want to go on another date? Then you guys go on this date, and then you're like, he's like, are you going to pay, or like?
See, the trap there is that the initiation for the idea for the date also has expectation on men. So the financial, if you apply that logic, still is kind of a bind.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, I'm kind of taking the charge.
That's true.
But
I think that kind of trickles down into a bit of like my answer, which we'll get to right now.
Speaking to 50 Cent, I hope you got a bulletproof vest on.
I don't. I just have a bulletproof obese on.
That might do the trick.
My answer would be this. I think that I have a couple things. I think one thing that I get incredibly frustrated with is I don't want to kill the spider. I don't like spiders. They scare me. I don't like spiders. I don't want to chase a snake out of the house or whatever. Like
I'm scared too.
Yeah, the fuck? Like I think Lisa one time told me to go kill a spider in a bathtub at an apartment, and I almost shot it because it was that big. I pulled my gun out. I chambered it, and until I remembered we're not at a house, it's a single standing building, we're in an apartment, I then put my holstered weapon back. I reholstered my weapon, and then I somehow drowned it. But like,
you wet it?
I hit the water.
You wet it?
I drowned it. Oh no, it's drowned. Dang it. I drowned it.
Was the
Drowned
spider
it.
all dead, eh?
I drowned it. It was all dead, bro. So I drowned it, and it jumped when I turned the water on. That thing jumped at me. So no, I don't like that because it's truly like a role that you're having to assume as a male. Like if there's a bump in the night, like babe,
Strength,
somebody's
courage.
here, go check it out. And it's like, bitch, it's 3 a.m. I'm terrified right now. You go check it out. Hello? You know what I mean? And then I think another one.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
right
no.
off the bat with another one.
Yeah, no.
Thought we were exchanging. You got a grievance list.
Is the strength part, not just physically. So I think that would be like kind of my only complaints, like being brave, you know, and then the other thing, like having to go and check. I guess those are kind of one and the same. Producer Lisa, I want to switch the roles a little bit, the gender roles, and ask, as a woman in a relationship, and it doesn't even have to be with me, even though, because I obviously know like 5 stars, hello.
It could be with other family members too.
Yeah. Who's this guy? Who's this guy right here? What are some things? The same question. Do you know the question? I do. So, what are some things that are frustrating for you?
I think just the traditional gender roles, like making sure the house is clean and food on the table and laundry's done and everything's like the mental load of making sure that everybody has everything they need.
Yeah. I think that we won't go into much detail. Maybe later when we have some more answers on it. But Lisa's recently, acquired a health condition that is requiring
a lot of care
and
attention.
And we're trying to navigate through this new time for us. Her health has always been a priority for her, and we're going to deal with this. The more details that we get, we'll be able to.
I just hope we find a cure.
I mean, it could be months. You know what I mean?
Is there like a treatment we've identified for it?
Not really a treatment. You kind of just gotta let it come out on its own, I guess. Like it's tough. But you have to. You kind of.
Does it go away after for?
No, I think this is something that
It's like a lifelong condition.
Yeah, she's gonna have to live with it.
She's had it before, right?
She has. She's had it before, but I think that we knew less about it then. And so we know a lot about it now, but still it's kind of hard. I think it's hard for us to, but with that, I think that the roles, you could say yes or no if this is true. Once I found out you were dealing with this medical condition, and, Godspeed with that. Do you feel like maybe some of the weight has been lifted off? I've been a little bit more helpful around the house and things of that sort. Has that helped?
No, I'm gonna stop you. I don't think it's fair to some extent. I guess it could be. Maybe I'm jumping in. I'm sorry.
No, jump in. Go ahead.
I don't know. Like I feel like.
Are you defending producer Lisa right now?
It's more of a by trying to defend yourself and trying to ease it. I don't think that's fair.
Point. No, you're right.
You didn't allow her space just for having like we did.
You're right.
It's like, hey, but am I still a good little boy?
Oh. I think that with Lisa's worsening condition, yeah, by the day, actually, I can understand those frustrations, and I hope that, thank you for bringing it to light. I appreciate it.
I put women in the role of learning how to cook or being in charge of cooking while with me, because I didn't put the effort into cooking or like put that effort in like I should have been. Why that face? I thought it was a safe space.
Well, first of all, I say things and you make faces too. You made baby cry faces last time. I clipped it. I know you.
Not during serious conversations.
This is serious. This is serious. I'm saying that was my serious face.
What are you shocked about?
You're just such a good cook.
I became a good cook after divorce.
Oh shit!
Divorce made me a good cook.
Plot twist. He was like, "You learn how to cook," and she's like, "Later."
Oh no. So okay, let me ask you this: did you realize you were doing it, and was it detrimental?
Yeah.
Oof.
And not like cleaning properly, detrimental. Like, yeah, I mean, all of those things. It's not like,
Okay.
I mean, straight up.
Have you adjusted, like, because okay, this affected me in this way,
that away.
Yeah, in this way, in a previous domestic partnership. Now I'm gonna do it this way.
I don't think I adjusted my ways on the premise of reflection from the relationship. I think it was out of a need living alone and having a much bigger, much more domain to take care of on my own. Like I think I became like my apartment. I don't think you ever been to my apartment. I think we were talking via like video during COVID, but my apartment was pretty meticulous whenever I was like freshly single. And then like, I know y'all have supported me becoming a cleaner guy, but I think I do my best to take care of things. Like compared to the stereotypical single 30-plus-year-old male, I'm pretty proud of myself in that area. But I won't lie that like you ask my son's mom, yeah, she'll say how much of a pain in the ass I was for that.
I mean, which is just like a testament to your growth. So I mean, it's cool that you're. I want to say self-aware enough, because there's even times that me and you will have like conversations after the fact and you'll be like, hey, my bad. Or I'm like, hey, my bad. So I think that's good. I dare to ask the question, like, if you wouldn't have gotten divorced, would you have noticed there was an issue? Obviously that's not why you guys went through the big D, but I'm just saying like.
But those realities are too intertwined to really separate those.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah.
You know?
Did you have your house during your marriage? Like your current house now, did you have that during your marriage?
No, I bought that.
You bought
that's
it
on me.
Okay. Hey yo, what's up?
All right.
Oh no.
All right, no.
Oh no.
Whatever. Hey, Fully Lacking podcast, everybody.
Well, I appreciate you sharing it. I mean, that's sensitive stuff. It's important. And speaking about your divorce, our social media is also important, right?
Great transition there, sir.
Yeah, and I don't think that's talked about enough. So I'd like you, with all that you have in you right now. You know what I mean?
What is that?
What do you mean?
What does that mean?
It's like the little.
No, what is that? Use your words. Be a big boy. Use your words.
I don't know how to say it. It's like the diesel powered engine inside you. That 6 whatever liter Hemi Cummins turbo diesel power stroke whatever.
Please stop.
How I want you to use all that power that you have within, and I want you to tell these beautiful, amazing, intelligent people where they can find us.
You can find us on Facebook at Fully Lacking, Instagram at Fully Lacking, and my hands are super sweaty.
Oh, we did it! Because last episode we missed the fist.
We did. And TikTok at Fully Lacking.
And then on YouTube, ring a ding dong.
The bell. Comment, subscribe. Drew says we'll be back in motion. I believe the man.
Motion, baby.
Fully Lacking podcast.
Peace. Oh, man.